Go ahead in the back.
Thanks, Jen. I have a couple questions on TPS. It was just granted to 100,000 Haitians
Yep.
and just announced for Burma. There's hundreds of thousands of Hondurans who were affected by hurricanes Eta and Iota, and they're also waiting for TPS. And then also along that line, on October 4th, hundreds of thousands of Central Americans are losing that protection. Is the president aware of that deadline, and is he willing to guarantee to all these hundreds of thousands of people that have made their lives here in the U.S. that they will be protected if Congress doesn't do what or pass the protection for them?
Well, first let me note that over the weekend, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, announced a new 18-month designation of Haiti for temporary protected status. And as you noted, there are about 100,000 Haitians who could be eligible for that. In terms of assessing or making recommendations on TPS status, that would really be something that would be done by the Department of Homeland Security and the State Department. Certainly the president is aware and certainly aware of the plight of many people across the world, Hondurans and others who have been impacted by hurricanes, other natural disasters, and other reasons why they certainly would be requesting this status. But I don't have anything to predict for you or preview for you about additional countries being granted status.
And on the ones that are losing it on October 4th, the people that already have the TPS, it's expiring October 4th, hundreds of thousands. There were families, 30 people that were just marching in front of the White House.
Absolutely, and we're certainly aware of that. And October 4th is several months away from now, but it would be, again, a recommendation and decision made by the Department of Homeland Security and the State Department.
And the last thing that I have is there was a meeting here at the White House with members of the Hispanic caucus. Mm-hmm. And when they came out, they said that the president guaranteed that he would be able to pass immigration protections for farm workers, TPS holders, and dreamers through reconciliation if nothing happens before that. When is there a deadline on that? Is there a time where patience runs out, as we were talking about with infrastructure and jobs plan, and the White House just decides to go along?
Well, I know that meeting was a couple of weeks ago, I guess, several weeks ago, and we've spoken to it since then. That sounds like it was a bit of a garble of what the president actually conveyed, because the president doesn't feel that reconciliation is the preferred path forward for moving these areas, priority areas of immigration forward. He did talk about in his joint address the fact that where there is agreement, which there is great agreement on dreamers and even agreement on farm workers on moving this forward, we should move things forward in a bipartisan manner, and we'll continue to press for that.
Last question, is the vice president planning on going to the border? I know she's handling this. Why hasn't she been there? Is she planning in the future to go and see what's going on firsthand?
Well, the vice president is overseeing exactly the same portfolio that the president did when he was vice president, which is the Northern Triangle and engagement with countries in the region about how we can work together to reduce the rate of migration and work together to address corruption, address the root causes of why so many people are traveling to our border. I expect she will make a trip to the Northern Triangle at some point soon, so that would be where she would travel given her purview. Go ahead.